Alaska. The very name conjures up images of towering snow-capped mountains, vast forests teeming with wildlife, and a sky painted with the shimmering lights of the aurora borealis. It is a land of extremes, where nature is still untamed and where the modern world seems to fade into the background. But beyond the picturesque postcards and travel documentaries, there lies a reality that few outsiders truly understand. Living in Alaska is not just an adventure, it is a test of endurance. The challenges of daily life in this remote land are unlike anything most people have ever experienced. The sheer isolation, the punishing weather, the unpredictable dangers lurking in the wild, and the jaw-dropping cost of living make Alaska one of the most difficult places to settle. Alaska is huge and almost empty. Most people understand that Alaska is the largest state in the U.S., but few truly grasp just how vast it is. Covering around 665,000 square miles, it is so large that if you placed it over a map of the lower 48 states, it would stretch from Georgia to California. It is more than twice the size of Texas, and yet, despite its enormous landmass, it remains one of the least populated areas in the country. With a population of only about 730,000 people, Alaska feels almost deserted compared to the rest of the United States. The population density is just one person per square mile, making it the emptiest state by far. For some, this remoteness is exactly what makes Alaska appealing. There is a sense of freedom that comes with living in a place where the nearest neighbor might be miles away. However, the isolation also comes with its own set of challenges. In the lower 48, if something goes wrong, a car breaks down, a medical emergency occurs, or supplies run low, help is usually just a short drive away. In Alaska, assistance can be hours or even days away, depending on where you live. For those unaccustomed to such extreme seclusion, the loneliness can be overwhelming. Winter in Alaska is no joke. When most people think of Alaska, they picture snow-covered landscapes and freezing temperatures. But even that does not fully capture just how brutal the winters here can be. In the interior regions, temperatures can plummet to -60 degrees Fahrenheit, or -51 degrees Celsius, during the coldest months. In Fairbanks, where winters last for nearly half the year, temperatures often hover around -40 degrees Fahrenheit for weeks at a time. The kind of cold experienced here is unlike anything most people have ever encountered. But when winter ends, the extremes do not stop. Summers in Alaska can be just as bizarre, bringing constant daylight to many parts of the state. In places like Fairbanks, the sun barely sets at all in June and July, creating a phenomenon known as the midnight sun. While this can be an incredible experience, it also throws off sleep schedules and makes it difficult for some people to adjust. And surprisingly, summers in Alaska can be quite warm, with temperatures reaching into the 80s or even 90s in certain areas. The cost of living is outrageous. Many people assume that because Alaska is so far removed from the rest of the country, the cost of living must be lower. The opposite is true. The sheer remoteness of the state makes everything more expensive, from groceries to gas to housing. Since most goods have to be flown or shipped in, prices are significantly higher than in the lower 48. A gallon of milk in rural areas can cost as much as $10. A dozen eggs might set you back $6 to $8. Even in larger cities like Anchorage, prices for basic necessities are often double what they are in other parts of the country. Eating out is also incredibly expensive, with fast food meals easily exceeding $15. Housing costs are another major issue. Despite Alaska's vast open spaces, building homes is costly due to the high price of materials and labor. The average home in Anchorage costs over $400,000, and rents are equally high. Utilities, especially heating, can be astronomical. With temperatures dropping far below freezing for much of the year, heating bills can run into the thousands during the coldest months. There is a small financial relief in the form of the Permanent Fund Dividend, PFD, an annual payment that all Alaskan residents receive from the state's oil revenues. This payout usually ranges from $1,000 to $2,000 per person, but while it helps, it does not come close to covering the high cost of living. Transportation is a nightmare. One of the biggest surprises for people moving to Alaska is the lack of roads. Unlike the lower 48, where you can drive almost anywhere, much of Alaska is completely inaccessible by car. The entire state has only 17,000 miles of road, and some places, like Juneau, are entirely cut off from the rest of the state. The capital city can only be reached by boat or plane, making transportation not just inconvenient, but also incredibly expensive. Many rural communities rely on small bush planes for travel, mail delivery, and medical emergencies. In the winter, snowmobiles and dog sleds become essential forms of transportation. Even in cities, the icy roads and unpredictable weather make driving dangerous, with long stretches of road often closed due to avalanches, landslides, or flooding. The Alaska Triangle, a land of mysteries. While the Bermuda Triangle is famous for its mysterious disappearances, few people realize that Alaska has its own version, the Alaska Triangle. This vast region, stretching between Anchorage, Juneau, and Utqiagvik, has seen over 20,000 people vanish since the 1970s. That's an average of 6 disappearances every single day. Some believe the area is plagued by strange magnetic anomalies that interfere with compasses and aircraft instruments. Others speculate that the disappearances are linked to extraterrestrial activity or hidden underground bases. More practical explanations point to the harsh terrain, unpredictable weather, and the sheer remoteness of the land, making it easy for people to get lost or succumb to the elements. Alaska is a land of contradictions. It is breathtakingly beautiful, yet brutally unforgiving. It offers freedom and solitude, yet its isolation can be overwhelming. It is home to some of the most self-sufficient people on Earth, yet even they struggle against the extreme conditions that define life here. For those who are prepared, Alaska can be a dream come true, a place of adventure, independence, and stunning natural beauty. But for those who come unprepared, the state's harsh realities can quickly turn that dream into a nightmare. Would you move to Alaska? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the realities of life in the last frontier, be sure to subscribe for more fascinating content. Thanks for watching.